Hey traders, so I'm going to try to go through this quick. Please like the video if you like it, and please follow me, Gumby9662C on Twitter. I have a Discord room if you guys want to come in there and see all my charts and stuff. Uh, I will be putting a link in the comments below the video. Okay, so this is basically what I see. I go live every day on Zoom, and it's a free access to the group. Anybody who wants in, you just got to go into my Discord room, and we also have a Slack room, and you can get access to through the groups, and you can just watch us live trade. People come on, call off their trades and stuff like that throughout the day. So basically, I just follow. This is our main chart that I put on the screen every day. I watch SPY, Qs, TLT, so that's the bonds, and the VIX. I just pretty much focus on these four charts for the main members, and then I do individual stock trades also. So basically, what we got going on here, right down here, this is the 2021 point of control. So basically, in 2020 in 2020, there was a very high volume that hit the markets uh, yeah, for SPY. And what we did, we just bounced off that 2020 support area. So that is a very critical support area based out in 2020. Okay. And but basically, what I want to point out, the main takeaway I got here, we have not even recovered our very first pivot, our very first critical pivot. We're still technically, very dangerous. Could be coming down, crashing down. We have not even regained the very first pivot area in the market. So be very mindful if you're trying to go to a long side breakout trade. I'm personally just waiting to see if we can start accepting higher prices before I start changing my bias to the bullish side. We are in a downward, we have a downward channel and on the Qs, or a trend line right here, and we're still trading underneath that downward trend line, despite having Microsoft and Google reporting this tonight. We still have not seen those Qs, break out. This right now looks like an inverted head and shoulders, but only time will tell. We got these mega cap stocks. I think Apple is the most important earnings of this season. We see what happened to Tesla with their impact in China, and the fear is that they're having a similar. Apple's having a similar impact in China right now. Basically, Huawei's making some major headways in the Chinese market. Plus, the Chinese market being so weak, that's a very expensive cell phone to be dealing with in China. So heads up on that. So basically, we had a breakdown, volatility coming in today. Uh, that helped drive prices slowly but surely to the upside. Very light volumes for most of the day. I had a target that I posted 6 a.m. This was my target at 6 a.m. I posted the oval, the whole 9 yards at 6 a.m. this morning, and we finally ticked that right into very close here on the SPY. That was my primary bias that would be coming up, trying to backtest this major trend break, and we did it both on the Qs and on the SPY. Okay, so two basic things I'm seeing. We do have a bid in TLT, but we have to be concerned: is the bid in TLT actually, just people opportunists trying to go into TNT, which that definitely could be the case, or is it people leaving the stock market for the safety of bonds because of the relative high yields right now, which makes a whole lot of sense to me. So just be mindful of those scenarios. And like I said, Bill Ackman yesterday, he came out, announced, caused a great big short squeeze yesterday in the bonds. He went and closed out his short positions out of fear that there will be a rotation back into bonds in a risk off scenario in the markets. So basically, he is literally quoting a risk off scenario. So some of the worst stocks that have been getting hit here in the overnight session are still like uh, Texas Instrument got hit after hours, and there's a lot. We got Boeing coming out tomorrow. Boeing's been getting just slaughtered here lately. So it's going to be really interesting to see the price reaction to Boeing because this 180 area is a very critical area. And I'm really going to have all eyes on Boeing because I'm telling you, it looks like it's just ready to fall off a cliff. So, and it just cannot keep a bid for nothing. And so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to start with Microsoft after hours here. some quick takeaways that I want to have from Microsoft. Now, I want to be a bear. I really do, knowing that the breadth is just. So I've mentioned this to the guys in the group. I'm going to mention it here on the video. So basically, back during the dot-com bubble, we had 10 stocks that had roughly 30 times PE ratios that were driving the entire market up, and everything else is right around 14 times, 13 times on the S&Ps. It was just complete disconnect between those 10 names and the rest of the market. We have the exact same thing going on right now. Okay, it's a mirror of the dot-com bubble, and the issue we got going on here, uh, it's even worse this time. There's only 7 stocks this time that are driving us, and they're over 30 times PE ratios in those 7 names. So it's actually a far more concentrated situation than what we had back in the dot-com bubble. So that's why the next couple of days is going to make or break a lot of things in this market, because there is so much optimism baked into these monsters of tech. We've already had Netflix just completely really shock the market. So it's not going to take many shocks to really derail this bull market. So be quite mindful of that. We came up after hours into 3-year resistance. We're holding right below it. Heads up on that. Our main takeaways. If you use your anchor VWAP, we're breaking out of a channel, and these are our anchored VWAP areas. So we're on the bullish side of trend, and even if you're anchoring off the all-time high VWAP, so everything is in a bullish state for Microsoft. So be very mindful of that. I mean, this is not one that I would be going out of my way to try to short first thing in the morning. Okay, so this is technically in a price discovery mode, possibly to 360, if the markets decide to hold up. Google. Now, this is the worst case. What happened with Google? Basically, what happened? We had a so-so or even a bad earnings report. But what's it doing? Here's your anchored VWAPs. We're holding above that range here after hours. So even the big sell down on Google is still on the bullish side of trend. So a big takeaway. You see that big red candle after hours, but all it did was just come down and back tested the bullish. Currently, it's back testing the bullish trend. That's all it's doing. So you have to be very mindful of that. So that's another takeaway. Oh man, Google's going to take us all down tomorrow. Well, guess what? It's not that bad. Okay. Other things happening in the market. We got Apple coming up. This is really, really, really important. Okay. This one here bothers me because of its exposure to China, just like Tesla. Okay. And I think the markets are waiting to see what type of reaction we have here. We are in the bearish side of trend going into the numbers. So basically what we had Google and Microsoft that were actually entering into earnings in a fairly bullish state. Okay. That they're not doing too bad. Okay. But you got these others monsters of tech. Tesla was a similar situation. When it went to earnings, it was trading below the anchored VWAPs, and it got crucified. Now, I don't know if that's going to continue, that trend, but here we go. Apple's going in there. We're in a bearish state, setting up going into earnings later this week. What other ones? Can't remember what else is reporting this week. We got Meta. It's reporting this week. Okay. Meta. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So another one. Meta had been in a bullish state. So keep that in mind. You're right above the anchored VWAP. You're in a bullish state going into earnings. So there is the potential for an uplift in this stock. I would personally not trade it to the downside, because of where it's trading in relation to price action. It can get this, but this is where things really, the markets can become unraveled, is whenever you're trading in a bullish state and you blow through the supports on that bullish state. Okay, so far this earnings season on Monsters of Tech, we have not seen a blow through scenario. That's telling the market that that name, they were completely dead wrong, and so far that has not happened. So just be quite mindful of that. And I mentioned Boeing earlier. Boeing's just getting destroyed here. It's down 182. We're going in earnings tomorrow morning in a bearish state. It doesn't look that good. The door's open for 165. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens tomorrow. Okay. So bottom line is I've got to get back over the 194 before I can actually start thinking to the bullish side on that one. Other ones, AMD's in a bearish state. Okay. I got the wrong one loaded. Give me a second here. Critical levels. AMD's in a bearish state. We're below the anchor VWAP range. Could be opening the door down here to retest these lows. Okay, so be very mindful of that. AMD's coming in next week, I think. The 30th, yeah. So next week, AMD's coming out. We got Amazon. Okay, below the anchor VWAP areas currently. That's what I'm really watching. We're in a bearish state going into these numbers. That's why I'm really worried, because the two names that were in the bullish state, two of the three names that were in a bullish state, we just reported. Okay, Meta is the last one. Okay, all the others are in a bearish state already. So it has me really concerned of where we're going from here. Okay, and other than that, I can't remember. There was. Got my Discord over here real quick. Let me show you guys here on the charts. Over here on charts, I posted these earlier. These were earnings from this morning, or just after hours here. Taiwan, Texas Instrument got hit. Okay. Teledoc got hit. TDoc got hit initially whenever I posted these charts. And Snap. I saw a lot of people were trading Snap today. Snap initially was showing getting hit. Now, I don't know if that may have changed since I posted this chart, but that's some of the things that I noticed in the overnight session. So what I'm really looking at here, so far what I'm seeing, the things that are trading below the anchor VWAP areas, that are trading bearish in relation to that, are getting hit on earnings. But by far, by a wide margin. So, I'm concerned that we've only got one name left of the monsters of tech, Meta, which in market cap is relatively small to the others. Okay, so I'm just going to play it on the sidelines until things, get a little more clear. I don't want to be taking swing trades yet until I get a much clearer situation in the markets. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for listening, and please, like I said, and please leave me comments and stuff you're watching, and I can start watching. Thanks a lot.